Hey guys, this is Riz. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to talk about my top 3 Taylor Jenkins Reid books in order of preference. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first, let me tell you, my obsession with Taylor Jenkins Reid is real. I absolutely love her. My love for her is real. Now, if you know me, if you have seen my past videos, I'm not much of a romance reader. I'm not much of a drama reader as well. I don't like family drama or romance related books much. Yeah, if it is a side plot to a main plot overall in a book, then that's fine with me. But if it comes to the main plot of being a romance or a drama, then it's not my type of books, except for Taylor Jenkins Reid. She has made me fall in love with this genre, whether it's romance, whether it's family drama. Like, she knows exactly how to write it, exactly like my style. I do not like reading, spicy novels. That's just not for me. I think I don't mind people reading spicy novels. I know a lot of you do like reading spicy novels, but for me, even in books of, for example, Sarah J. Maas, there is a lot of spice, and I personally don't like them. What I do is I flip over the pages and I go to the main plot. That helps me read, because romance is fine, but spice is not something which I like. I'm not a spicy girly. So yeah, whatever it is, this lady, Taylor Jenkins Reid, she knows exactly how to write a proper drama and romance without much spice, but every time a chapter is over, you want to read another chapter immediately, because she keeps on that tension where you feel like, I have to know what happened in the book ahead. So yeah, that's the reason why I like Taylor Jenkins Reid. Her writing is chef's kiss. So now I'll talk about the 3 books which I absolutely love, and I'm going to rank them in 3, 2, 1 category. So yeah, that's there. So the first book which I would be discussing today is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So if you can see, I have loved this book so much. I have annotated almost every page. So yeah, this book is so good, you guys, so good. So if you are aware of Taylor Jenkins Reid and you have read anything of hers, then you already know that she writes about, high profile dramas. Like, all of the characters, mostly in her books, are celebrities, and their scandals and their dysfunctional family life and their dysfunctional love life. So she knows exactly what she's doing. So that's it. That's the reason why I love reading her books, because it's so filled with high class drama and high class complexities that I absolutely love it. So this book is similar to that concept. This book stands in my top 3, so this is my number 3 book. So Malibu Rising is about a dysfunctional family, obviously. Now, this is the family of Mick Riva. Mick Riva was, I think, he was introduced in Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So Mick Riva is a pop star, and he was not from a very wealthy background, basically. So he was from a very middle class, or rather below middle class household. However, he was a very good singer, and he was very charming and very handsome and dashing, and thus it was easier for him to climb the social ladder, and he becomes one of the biggest pop star the country has ever seen. And he falls in love at a very young age with a lady, and they get married soon. And after they are married, they are the parents of 3 beautiful children, okay. And even the lady was pretty, so the genes that the children had were also very good, okay. And Mick Riva, however, had a very big problem of cheating. Yeah, he was a cheater. He was a bad cheater. He was infidel in the extremist point of in the extremist point of being infidel, you know. So this lady who is absolutely in love with her husband, you know, knows that her husband is actually cheating on her, but she still, you know, keeps on doing the household chores and tries to, you know, make her husband feel good. Then one fine day, there is this child who was given to this lady. Okay, and this child was exactly the age of the, I think, youngest son or the middle son. Okay, the middle son's age, exactly of the same age. So she understood that when she was pregnant with that child, this child was also you know, about to be born during the same time with someone else. So that really you know, breaks everything inside her. That was the last straw, and she breaks up with Mick. And once that happens, she is very doomed. So Mick leaves the household, and she was very sad and very upset. And then what happens after a long quite a few years, when Mick was absolutely again, you know, sad and lonely and had no one to come back to, he comes back and he marries this lady again. So he marries this lady again and cheats on her again. That's Mick Riva for you. And I have no compassion for Mick Riva whatsoever, but he gave a very, you know, a beautiful child who's the eldest of Mick Riva, whose name is Nina. So this whole book actually revolves around Nina and the story of Mick and her wife. So we have multiple point of views. One is in the past, where we see the love blooming of Mick and her wife. Basically, has this habit of never saying no to anyone, and she has kept this house very you know, household going on rolling, because once Mick left his wife, she became alcoholic, and she was not the actually you know, she was not taking care of herself or her children. So it was all that Nina had done, the eldest, and they all respect Nina. And Nina is also a very famous surfer, and she's also a very famous model, I guess. And she has got those beautiful gene of Mick Riva, and she's dashing and she looks pretty. This book is about a party that takes place every year in Nina's house, and Nina is also going through her personal problems, where she's getting separated from her husband because her husband is also cheating on her. And this actually shows what she should do and what she shouldn't, whether it's a complete circle and she behaves like a mother, or she takes something, some different action. And it's about all the life problems of each and every children. One is gay, both the brothers are dating the same girl. I mean, it's amazing. If you really want some really good scandalous book about high society but which is very classy, I think Malibu Rising is the one for you. Now the second book which I want to talk about, which I absolutely love, is obviously, it's not a you know, surprise that it's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Again, I have annotated it a lot. Now this is not my top number one book, because for most of Taylor Jenkins Reid's fan, this is the number one book, but for me it's different. So anyway, let me talk about Evelyn Hugo. So Evelyn Hugo comes from a very low background, where she didn't have money and she had to struggle. She had to get married to get away from her father, and then she had to manipulate her husband to get a job, an acting job in Hollywood. And there she manipulates everyone to get where she wants to go. And this book is about what beauty can do, what beauty with brains can do. And it talks about queer relationships. It talks about how difficult it was during those times to have gay relationship, and how someone had to hide it to make sure that they are not bullied, or they are not harassed, or they do not lose the power that they have on the society or their career. And this book is also about the seven husbands, who are all different, and whom she, you know, married for different reasons. Some for love, a couple for love, I guess. Some for love, some for friendship, and some for just manipulating her career just to be where she was, the most famous Hollywood actress ever alive. So this book is definitely has got scandal, lots of scandal, and the difficulty that a woman has to face to stay relevant in the industry, and it deals with gay problems and everything. So this one is so well written, and I absolutely love this because the end part there is a mystery, and when you get to know the end of the story, you're really going to roll your eyes and you're going to say, wow, I never saw that coming. Okay, so this book is definitely on my number two. Now I'm going to talk about my best book of Taylor Jenkins Reid, the number one book of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I am so proud to say it is also in the list of my favorite book of all times. So yes, I absolutely love this book. If you want to read a good love story, you should read this book. If you are a romance reader, you should read this book. So this book is none other than Daisy Jones and the Six. So yes, Daisy Jones and the Six is about a band who are called the Six. They are a band of six people, and then Daisy Jones joins them, and Daisy Jones is the main lead female singer. So this book, guys, this is good on so many levels. Okay, where to start? So Daisy Jones was actually from a very well background, and she came from a family who had a lot of money, but they neglected the child like anything. Like they didn't even know where their child was for 3 days, and they didn't even care. So Daisy soon became a rebellious teenager who's trying to, impress her parents, but somehow her parents are never impressed by her, and therefore she drifts on to drugs and onto some different shit altogether. And Daisy Jones, however, has this beautiful voice, a very sexy voice, and she had a very unique way of writing songs. So she used to write songs, she used to change songs, the lyrics of the songs, and it used to be instant hit. And somehow she comes and collaborates with the Six, which is a band of five boys and a girl, okay, who was a, I think, drummer. Yeah. So this book, what is the unique part of this book is this is not your usual story. This book feels like a Netflix documentary. If you have already seen Daisy Jones and Six in Prime, then you already know most of the book. But the thing is, I didn't like the show. That's personally my choice. I think a lot of things was changed in that show, and I personally didn't like it. So if you want to really get the feel of Daisy Jones and Six, you should read the book instead of watching that series. Now, it feels like a Netflix documentary because this whole book is written in an interview format, question answer, and it is very fast paced because of that. There is no much description of this and that. It's just what happened and what they felt happened at that time, where each and everyone was in the room and what they saw. It's about that. It's a conversation sort of a book, and it's so unique, guys. This book also talks about how you fall in love and you're a star-crossed lover, therefore you can never meet, because the lead singer of the Six falls in love with Daisy, but he is already married, and therefore he cannot do anything about it. So he takes a step back and he wants to control his feelings, and Daisy gets frustrated because she thinks that there is a tension between them, but why is the guy not taking any action? And you know this is an amazing way of introducing the star-crossed lovers, and how the passion was so hard and raw on the stage and everyone could feel it. But whereas when they were in real life, they never used to sit in the same room, they hardly used to talk to each other. So the tension is real good. And but you know who's my favorite character in this book? It's neither of Daisy Jones or the Six. It's actually Billy, who was the lead singer of the Six, his wife, Camilla. I think Camilla was my favorite character in this whole book. If you have read the book, you know what I mean. She had some brain. She really knew what she wanted from life, and she knew how to deal with the problem. She knew you know, she knew her husband had a alcohol problem. How she managed to, actually change that. She changed Billy completely, and Billy never used to touch drink anymore. She knew that Billy was in love with Daisy, but she never stopped them to sing song or write songs together. But she knew Billy would never leave her. And Camilla was such a strong willed person and such a stable person, whereas Daisy was all over the place and she was like completely nuts. But Camilla was the one who actually, you know, stole the show for me. She was a side character, but she was the actual brain of this whole book. And you should definitely read this book, because I think this book is the most uniquely written romance you'll ever see, ever written in the history of romance. So yeah, please do read this book and do not watch the show, because I personally didn't like the show. They have changed so many informations there and so many facts there that I personally didn't like it. But this book is really good. It's really good. So yeah, that's my top 3 book for Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I hope you like this video. Bye.